read to me the nameplate?
Judge Eboni K. Williams.
So the only thing that matters in this particular courtroom is how I see it. I am from North Carolina by way of Louisiana with some West Coast cool and a New York edge. Do we have a problem, ma'am?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Equal justice is all about the most important values of our country: freedom, integrity, and those are the things that I'm striving for. Ma'am, you run your household, this man gets to run his. I decided to become an attorney and pursue the law. I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. This court cannot hold this woman accountable. People from all sectors of life, black, white, purple, gay, straight, queer, and that's what equal justice with Judge Eboni K. Williams is all about.
Georgina Peters claims she paid the defendant to create a custom dress for a first date, and it fell apart before the evening ended. Tessa Monroe says she told the plaintiff she needed a second fitting, but Miss Peters declined.
Okay, good day, ladies. I see I've got Georgina Peters here as my plaintiff and Miss Tessa Monroe as the defendant. Ms. Peters, what brings you to court today? I see you are suing for $1,250.
Yes, $1,250. There is $250 for a dress that she made for me that completely fell apart. I can tell you more, and I have pictures. And there is also $1,000 of emotional distress.
Okay. Talk to me about how you came to know Miss Monroe.
We've known each other professionally for 4 years. We're part of a same local theater company, and we've done some shows together. She was the costume designer, so I trusted her.
Okay. And this was a costume she had created for you for what purpose?
For a date that was really important for me, a first date with someone that I really liked. Yes.
Oh, okay. So this was a personal matter.
It was a personal matter, yes.
Okay, I understand. So you guys came into knowing each other for professional reasons, and then you hired her for this job. So that is impressive, by the way, to custom design an outfit for a first date. You ever had a lady like you that much, Elijah? I'm just shocked.
Go out and buy one, but not have one custom made.
I mean, my goodness. Yeah. Good on you, Miss Peters. Okay, so you don't worry, it's never too late, Elijah.
Never too late.
Okay.
I'll take it.
So, Miss Peters, you hired her for this purpose, and you like the look of this garment.
I like the look of it. I thought it was really cute when she sent me the pictures. I said that to her by text.
Okay. So you're referencing some things I need to see evidence of. Give the entire folder, please, to Elijah. And let me see where this, pardon the pun, kind of falls apart. Okay, thank you.
My pleasure.
All right, so let's start by these text messages. So you two are in correspondence. Hey, Georgina, here's a pic of the outfit. I hope you like it. Would you like a second fitting? Where can we meet? She's asking you for a second fitting at this point. You're saying, I'm tied up. That's what I was hoping for today. It's a quick fitting to make sure everything fits right. You say, I got a hair appointment, I got this, I got that. Could I just grab it Saturday morning? It should be fine, right? You used my measurements. You then say, you express to the plaintiff, I did use your measurements, but without a second fitting, you say, I cannot guarantee the fit will be right.
That's right.
You communicated that.
Correct.
You then, ma'am, say, I totally get it. It should be fine. That's what you said. I'll swing by Saturday morning to pick it up. I'm so excited. So eventually you do go by Saturday morning. You pick it up. It looks pretty to your eye.
And I try it on.
Okay. How did that go?
It went well, but the top was a little tight, which I told her. And to what she responded, it's fine. It's how it's supposed to fit, and it's going to get looser as you move into it. So I trusted her, and I went on with my date.
So you went out on your date in a dress, and you felt good?
I felt good, yeah,
Felt pretty?
until the point that the seam kind of fell apart over there and over here, right over the breast. I wasn't wearing a bra because it would ruin everything.
Oh, my goodness. So did you end up having to show your lady parts to your date?
Yeah, I quickly covered it, and then I went to the restroom. And as I went to the restroom, the tool at the bottom started falling, and I tripped over it, almost fell flat on my face.
Oh, no.
Grabbed a chair, was fine, but I ended up leaving, and I was feeling so embarrassed, I just rushed home.
Well, what do you have to say about that, Miss Monroe?
Well, I made a perfectly great outfit. I've been doing this for 8 years at the theater. I'm very accustomed to outfits that need choreography, to be worn multiple times throughout the run of a show. I'm not really understanding, first of all, what happened with the bottom. It looks very ripped to me, as does here on the top of the bodice.
Now, are you suggesting to this court that she deliberately pulled the garment apart to make a case in court?
But I don't have any evidence that this happened at her date. And also, Your Honor, a couple days before her date, she went on a 48-hour all-you-can-eat nonstop culinary madness vocation where she ate for days, just gorging herself.
Okay, ladies, okay. Elijah, please confiscate the evidence from the defendant so I can give him the whole folder now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, goodness. Now, I want to be clear with the court. Normally, I wouldn't entertain this kind of evidence because it's starting to feel a little bit like body shaming, to be honest with you, Ms. Monroe. However, Ms. Peters, because of the nature of what you are alleging, which is around poor construction, poor fit, now this becomes kind of relevant, right? Because if you indulged voluntarily in behavior that would make your measurements be different than what was taken days before, now I have to consider this.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
If she were willing to take the garment back, fix the hem, would you retain the garment?
No, I don't want it. It's giving me PTSD. My therapist said I have PTSD from it.
And later,
she, in her little bikini, went running off into the water. I realized I still had my keys on me. He came up to me and was offering to take them for me so I could go secure the girl.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Georgina Peters, who was fighting with Tessa Monroe over a custom dress disaster.
All right, let's look at these social media posts that the defendant is presenting. This is your page, Miss Georgia Peters. You're saying ice cream for breakfast. Like literally ice cream for breakfast. Yes, please. I love food weekend. My goodness. Then we're seeing next up, you guys were chowing down with pizza and pasta. Okay.
Once a year.
Yeah, oh, so you do this on a yearly basis?
Yeah.
No, I love this. I'm a big foodie. So I love this. I love that you did this. I don't know that I love the timing, Miss Peters. I don't know that it was super wise after you invested $250 into a custom garment made to fit with the measurements taken before, we'll call it a hearty indulgence of food that could, you could concede, impact the fit of the garment.
I agree. May I bring something up to you?
Please.
So I agree with that. However, it was a week before. I don't think I'd put on a lot of weight, but even if I did, okay, maybe that could explain the top. But first of all, when we did the last fitting on Saturday, she said it was fine, it would loosen up. And what I think is that she sabotaged me, because on the last play we worked together, I said her costume was looking frumpy and it was old school and not looking good and I didn't like it. And then the director decided to change it. And since then she's been a little weird and I think that was her revenge. So I think this was all intentional and it's been leaving me very distressed going to therapy every week.
Oh, so
bills I've had to pay.
Let's get to that part of your claim. So that is where you are saying you've submitted to evidence these therapy logs. You're doing mindful meditations and affirmations and all types of things. Yes, I see. Here's where I have a problem, Miss Peters. You're telling me on one hand that this is a fabulous costume designer. But then you want me to believe that she has this vendetta against you and that she's upset with you and that this is a sabotage and a setup. So I have to ask, why would you go to someone that you think harbors ill will towards you to hire them to make something for you for something so special as this first date?
Because she hides it really well. She was nice to me. She wanted the money, probably. I didn't know she had something against me. I had no idea. And then when I realized this fell apart, I was like, how can this possibly be true? Normally
so this is when you put it together in your mind.
That's when I put it together. I was like, oh, why? This is so weird. And then I remembered, and I was like, that's the only reason.
All right, I'm going to rule in a second, but I do want to allow Ms. Monroe a final word of defense. Do you have anything to say in your behalf?
I would be willing to fix the dress that you ruined, but I don't think that
I did hear that. That was unnecessary, Ms. Monroe. Ms. Peters, let me ask you, if she were willing to take the garment back, fix the hem, fix the side that is busted open and the chest area, would you retain the garment?
No, I don't want it. It's giving me PTSD. My therapist said I have PTSD from it.
Okay, ma'am. Order in the court. We understand. So we're going to take that off the table. I appreciate your generous offer, Ms. Monroe. I think this garment is done.
Yes.
Okay. The court is clear. This has seen its last days. Have you ever had a client this disgruntled and upset with you?
Not that I can think of in all 8 years, but she is an actress, apparently a very good actress, and...
Well, I'll be determining that,
Okay.
but certainly I understand that you're contending that you made this garment in the same fashion in which you make all your designs,
right.
that it should have held up as well as anything else you have offered professionally.
Correct.
And that you are as surprised as everyone is that this is the result. All right, here's where I fall on this. This garment is unusable and unwearable, and anybody can see that. Absent other facts, I would default to the responsibility to be on the garment maker. However, Ms. Peters, you do find yourself in a legal bind when you were told in the text message from the defendant that essentially it was not a good idea for you to bypass the second fitting in order to make sure that the garment fit properly for your date. That part was on you. That is called taking on the liability of the contract. So it is my interpretation that you at this point were complicit and voluntarily complied and agreed to not have a second fitting, and then she did something that she really didn't have to do, which was let you know, in writing no less, that now she can no longer guarantee the fit. And you know what you said? You said it should be fine. The court finds that that makes you aware and voluntarily agreeable to the outcome of this case. The plaintiff's case is dismissed in total. That is my ruling.
All right.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
I don't know how it got that way. That's not who I am as a seamstress, so I'm grateful.
This is ludicrous. We had a second fitting. She said the dress would be fine.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
But I see his beach chair with a black backpack there. So I go up, I put the keys in there. He took the backpack back home, right? He didn't say it's not my backpack because his stuff was in that backpack.
Oh, is that true?
This is Equal Justice. Evan Cornell claims he had to break into his apartment because his friend lost his keys and wants the defendant to pay for the repairs. Wyatt Jackson says he put the plaintiff's keys in his backpack and doesn't know how they went missing.
I see I've got Evan Cornell as my plaintiff and Wyatt Jackson as my defendant. Mr. Cornell, you are suing Mr. Jackson here, I see, for $498. What brings you to court today?
Yes, Your Honor, I am suing him for the amount of $498 because I entrusted him with the well-being and safekeeping of my keys upon his request.
Upon his request?
His request. He requested to be responsible for my keys and put them where they were supposed to go, and they did not find their way there.
Okay, and why did it cost you that money, sir?
Because I had a concert I had to go to that night with my father. And when I had no keys, I had no way to get into my house in my apartment to fetch the tickets I printed out.
So do you have documentation, sir? Receipts?
Yes, I do.
Okay, give your whole folder, please, to my bailiff. Thank you, sir. So first off, by breaking into your own house, you had to break a window, I see. So the replacement cost for that is $300. Then the locksmith part, of course, that came to a total of $150. Okay, and then also I'm seeing some Ubers.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you guys were at the beach, it sounds like?
Yes, we were celebrating a friend's birthday.
Okay, and why at some point did you even need help, sir?
There were other friends who were present at said party, some who I was just meeting for the first time, including one very lovely young lady. And I was enjoying my evening with said young lady when she, in her little bikini, went running off into the water. And I was gonna follow her, but I realized I still had my keys on me. He came up to me and was offering to take them for me so I could go back out there in the water and go secure the girl.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
I took my backpack with the green bandana home.
So your contents were in here?
Yes,
but
my
not the
contents.
keys?
Yes, the keys were missing.
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Evan Cornell, who is suing Wyatt Jackson for reimbursement of funds.
What happened with the assist?
Your Honor, The story starts with us at his apartment. We're pre-gaming for the birthday, and by the time we're going to the Uber to go to the beach,
Yes.
he's already wasted.
Oh.
He's gone. He's drunk. He's telling me, yeah, I can handle my liquor. He clearly can't, so I had to babysit him and put him in the Uber. We get there, and whenever he was going to put his own keys somewhere safe, he was stumbling. He could barely walk. He doesn't know where he's at. So I'm trying to be a good friend, and I go up to him, and I offer him the help that he thinks is not so helpful. I tell him, hey, which one is your backpack? Oh, the black backpack with the green bandana on it,
So
right?
he told you that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
I go there. There's a bunch of backpacks from all the different people there. There is not a single black backpack with a green bandana on it. But I see his beach chair with a black backpack there. So I go up, I put the keys in there, right? He took the backpack back home, right? He didn't say it's not my backpack because his stuff was in that backpack.
Oh, is that true? Is that true?
Well, I took my backpack with the green bandana home.
So your contents were in here?
Yes, my
but not the
contents.
keys?
Yes, the keys were missing.
Let me ask you one question, Mr. Jackson, that I'm puzzled by. Why not just put the keys in your own pocket? When your buddy gets back from his shenanigans with this young lady, you can hand them off hand to hand. Here you go, buddy, enjoy the concert with your dad.
Your Honor, I made him a promise to put it in his backpack, and that's what I was
Whose
seeking
idea was
to
it
do.
to put him in the backpack?
It was my idea originally. He was helping me along with it. I was gonna put it in my backpack originally because I knew where my backpack was.
Maybe. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't, because you were intoxicated.
Judge Eboni's verdict when equal justice returns. This is Equal Justice.
I'm sure you're familiar with this phrase, young man. No good deed goes unpunished. And here's how the law sees it, Mr. Jackson. You have no duty, no legal requirement to do what the law considers good deeds. So therefore, if you're going to do that and you're going to raise your hand and say, let me be a good guy and be helpful, your help has to actually be helpful. And the minute your help is harmful, as it ultimately ended up being in this case, no fault of your own, no intention of your own, I should say, you now have to carry the fiscal responsibility of your mistake. This court has to rule in favor of the plaintiff on this one, and it brings me no joy. The plaintiff is awarded his full demand of $498. That is my ruling.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $498.
I shouldn't be responsible for the whole thing, at least. I mean, I didn't make him break his window. I can pay for the locksmith. Okay, whatever, I'll do that.
I think that friendship matters a lot in this world. And I also believe that friendship matters more when it is properly taken care of.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.